Hi, my name is Gabby and welcome back to my channel, Gabby on Paper. In today's video, I am going to go through and budget out my second paycheck of July. This is something that I started doing for the first time this month, so it's only my second time doing it, so bear with me as I try to figure out how to handle both monthly and paycheck budgeting. It's a little tricky, so let's just go ahead and get started. So this is the insert that I used for my first paycheck budget with me. I'm just going to use the back side. All right, so let's start with my full-time job. It's my only income. I was paid on the 20th, which is actually today. Gross is $2,500, and then my net was $1,856.73, and that's all the money I got. Bills. So I'm just paying the bills that fall within the time period that this paycheck is covering, which is July 16th through the end of the month, through the 31st. So I always save half of my rent payment to break it up and not have it be so much from one paycheck. So it's like rent / utilities. It's a utility fee. It's due on August 1st. I will budget $600 for that. Then we have AT&T, which is my cell phone. It's due on the, oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank, the 21st, and that is going to be $77.81. What else do I have? My Gap card, I've paid off, like I mentioned I would be doing, so that's not due. My electricity is due on the 29th, but that is included in the $600 here. And then I have my Apple card, and that's due the last day of the month for $83.75. I'm pretty sure those are all the bills I have. So let's add that up. So I have $677.81, $83.75, $761.56. Yep. And then I'm gonna subtract the $1,856.73 that I got from my paycheck, which means I have $1,095.17 left. From there, we move into my groceries and like my spending categories down here. So this is the part that's going to be a little tricky because basically I am budgeting by month, and based on what I based on how much I decide to budget for each category, I'm then breaking it up by paycheck. First paycheck covers the first half of the month, second paycheck covers the second half of the month. And what I do is basically, I don't split it just down the middle. I look at the events that I have going on. So we had a visitor the last weekend, which is technically the second part of the month. So I increased my dining out category and decreased my groceries for this second half. So let's see, how do we do this? So groceries. For groceries, I am budgeting $100. I think what I'm gonna do is just make a note down here of how much I have left from my initial budget. Because yes, ideally I would stay under the 100 and then I would have a little bit like left over in my grocery category, but really I'm trying to stay within my monthly budget of $250. So I'm gonna carry over anything that I had left from my first half of the month just make a little side note here. So if I go over, but don't go over this in this amount, then I'll still be under budget. If that makes any sense. So the first half of the month, I had $150. I spent $139.51, meaning I'm carrying over $10.49. Yeah. Okay. And then let's see. My next category would be dining out. And I budgeted $175, but I did go over budget in my last for my last paycheck. So the last paycheck I budgeted $125, and I went over by, let's see, by $14.73. So ideally, to stay within budget, I guess, it would be the $175 minus the $14.73. I don't know if I'm gonna like this. It seems a little complicated, but we'll try it out this paycheck, and if not, we'll just start over next month and figure out how I can indicate a rollover. So then we have hobbies. And I am not budgeting anything for this one because I did it all on the last one, and I did go over by $646. Shopping. I didn't budget anything last paycheck, so I'm doing the full 75, and then I'll just leave this blank, but I'll still skip the line. Shopping. Then we have home. I budgeted the full amount, so nothing this paycheck, but I didn't spend any money, so we'll just put the full 25 here. All right, next we have is entertainment. And I'm budgeting $75 from this paycheck. Last paycheck I budgeted $25 and did not spend any money, so I'll just put the $25 there. And then miscellaneous. Miscellaneous, nothing. I did it all in the first paycheck. So I had budgeted $25 minus and spent $14.45, so it means I have $10.55 left in carryover. Is that what I want to do? I don't know if this is what I want to do, but this is what I'm doing for now. So now I'm just going to go through and add all of these up. So we have 100, 175, 75, and 75. That's $425 is the total. Let me check. Yeah, that's right, because my spending money for all my spending categories was a total of $800 for the month. So those two do add up. And then let's see here. So after our bills, we had $1,095.17. And then we budgeted out $425, which means we have $670.17 to budget. All right, so then we have $670.17 to work with towards our savings goals. And these are the ones that I'm doing. So my Roth IRA, my long-term, short-term, and then a little tiny bit for travel. Just trying to, going on a trip later in the year, just to have a little spending money. So for my Roth IRA, IRA, I'm sending $250. My long-term savings is $215. Short-term is gonna get $150. And then, let's see here. So we have the 670, 17, minus 250, minus 215, minus 150. So that leaves 5517 for travel. So this total should equal what I had left over after expenses. So let's see how that works out. So we have 250, 215, 150, 5517. Total is 670, 17, which does match what I had here, meaning the leftover is 0. All right, down here, I had budgeted $1825 for my income. My actual amount is $1856.73. For my bills, it's the $761.56. Expenses, it's the $425, and then savings $670.17. Nothing for debt. So yeah, I think I left those blank because it doesn't really work out with the way I'm doing things. I don't need to fill out these bottom two. So okay, so that is all I have for today's video. I know it's a little awkward not knowing really what to do with the rollover. I'm gonna have to figure something out because I really don't like what's going on here. Maybe I could put like a rollover amount up here in my income, kind of, just to indicate the totals that I'm rolling over, and then maybe just distribute the amounts amongst the categories, not necessarily staying like with each category, if that makes sense. So like these $25 that I didn't spend in entertainment, maybe I could go to dining out since I'm already, over. So I think I might do something like that next time. So basically, so I have 1049 minus 1473 minus 646 plus 25 plus 25 plus 1055. So what I'm thinking maybe is that next time I do this, I would, this would only be for the second paycheck of the month, because at the end of the month, like each month I'd start over. But instead of like doing this where I have like 1049 left for groceries that I could add on to this if I need to, I would maybe just put it under income and do like a rollover amount of $49.85, and then and still just like distribute that $49.85 amongst my spending categories, knowing that, for example, in dining out, I'm already like under, like I'm starting off by going over budget in the first half of the month. So maybe I could attribute a little bit more to it, knowing that I went over what I had planned last month or something like that. I don't know. I guess I still have some time to figure it out. We're doing it this way for this paycheck, and hopefully, this time next month, after having one full month of doing it this way under my belt, I can figure something out that works a little bit better for me, and so it's not so chaotic over here. But thank you so much for joining me in today's video. If you haven't done so already, just make sure you give this a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe.